Hey guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. Happy Jen Shaw interview day. Okay, well, guys, we're back to talk about Lisa Vanderpump because not only are we hearing Garcelle is talking about their friendship and letting us know what they actually talk about when they're together, but Lisa's also clapping back at Kyle Richards again after Kyle slammed her as crafty, which we know that definitely wasn't a compliment. So let's go into the positive, and then we'll start off with the positive, and then we'll go into a little bit of the negative, which when it comes to Lisa Vanderpump, to me, I never see negative. I love Lisa Vanderpump. So, I mean, honestly, when we watch some of the other housewives, and I'm not slamming anyone, but when we watch housewives like on Real Housewives of Orange County, and we hear that Noella Bergner is sitting down with the women as they film and saying, trust me, this is what the fans want. This is what we need to come up with. And she's giving us these dramatic moments that clearly show that she was a fan of the series before coming on. And then we see some of what comes off like pre-produced situations that have happened on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City from some of the cast members. No one did it like Lisa. I think we can all say that. I think we can at least give her that. No one really did. I mean, Lisa Vanderpump, Nene Leakes, Bethany Frankel. Am I missing anyone? Those are like those are the Real Housewives. Those are the housewives that you think of that when they come to your mind, you're like, no one did it like them. Yeah, I mean, for me, those are the top three. Anyways, getting back to it, let's get into this. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Garcelle, she opened up about her fabulous friendship with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills OG Lisa Vanderpump and letting us know how it came to be. Now, she never starred on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alongside Lisa Vanderpump, but the two crossed paths and became fast friends, so much so that Garcelle attended the grand opening, which we know of LVP's Vanderpump à Paris restaurant in Las Vegas. And also, I believe her son is working there. So how did Garcelle and Lisa become friends? Garcelle explains this friendship and explains how it blossomed during an event for Haiti at Tom Tom in October of 2021 that was thrown by one of my good friends, Richardson. She was actually putting on an event for Haiti at Tom Tom. Yeah, so I got to meet her. This is what she's telling Bravo's Daily Dish. There was Haitian music blaring. There were more Haitians than I knew were even in California that night at that event. So I just fell in love with what she was doing. She continued on and said, and so we chatted and we sat at the same table and we talked. And I was like, hey, my son's, looking for a job in Vegas, not knowing that she even had a place in Vegas. And so it turned out, and he's working for her, and we're good. And Garcelle said that her friendship with Lisa developed in an organic way, as their bond has nothing to do with the Real Housewives franchise. In fact, Garcelle admits that they don't even talk about the Real Housewives. We don't even talk about Housewives, her and I. We don't even talk about it. She's not on the show. What's there to talk about? Garcelle. I love me some Lisa Vanderpump, but I could only imagine some of the conversations would have to go. I mean, this is assuming. This is not, I have not been privy to any of their conversations. I haven't sat there with Lisa and Garcelle and talked about anything, but I can imagine where Lisa's like, oh God, what are these ladies putting you through now? I could see that happening just because. Do you remember Lisa's last season? Do you remember how they gave her no grace after she lost her mother and her brother? Do you remember how they attacked her and completely, when Kyle was at Vanderpump Dogs and she said something to the effect of, and this is not word for word verbatim, but it was something to the effect of, Lisa, I know that you're going through stuff, but we all have things going on in our lives. It's like, it was just as bad as when Sutton just said the same thing about Dorit when she said, oh, well, I know that Dorit's going through that, but I'm going through some things too, because I had to put out some fires and I had a French designer who was stopped by immigration and, it's all relative, right? Sorry, I didn't get a gun put to my head. It's like, that also was a statement that was just like, no, show some grace. This woman lost her mother and her son, or not her son, but her mother and her brother. Grace, she's still a human being. That was her mother and that was her brother. Who cares about the show at that point? Show some grace. And for Dorit, she was held at gunpoint and her kids were in the next room and she's completely traumatized. Who cares about a French designer coming and opening up your store? Show some grace. That's all, okay? As for what the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-stars think about her friendship with Lisa, Garcelle teased that they have their opinions. All right, now getting back to this moment where Lisa Vanderpump fired back at Kyle Richards' crafty dig, and she's letting us know that she feels like they're constantly coming after her. She said something to the effect of, they constantly come at me. That was one of the reasons I left, but it's okay. I've moved on from it. I've just opened a new restaurant. I've got the Vanderpump Dogs Foundation. We have Tom Tom. We have Pump. We have Sir. Vanderpump Rules has been picked up. I don't have time for the negativity. But this came back after she started firing back when, well, Kyle Richards called her crafty. And she addressed the crafty statement because this all goes back to this alleged text message between, it's not even alleged, she showed the phone. It's not even alleged, but the text message that Lisa Vanderpump sent to PK. We're not sure how Lisa can show a text that neither PK nor Dorit can show on their phone, so we don't know. And that's what Kyle said to Page 6. Oh, I hope I'm crafty. Crafty means you're smart, right? I'll take that as a compliment. And that's what LVP also said to Page 6. She added, but when it comes to this, while pointing to her phone, no, this is honest, and no, I never had to play games. I don't need to. If someone can hand you their phone and be like, here are the text messages, this is not doctored, nothing to that effect, winning the argument, it's point case made. If she can open her phone and legitimately hand it to Page 6, which is exactly what she did, and say, look, click on PK's name, here's the message. How do you argue with that? You can't argue with that. And they said that the message was sent, delivered. It was something to the effect of, it was iMessage. Here, this is what she said. I can prove that to you. Can I show it to you? I wouldn't know how to doctor a text. All I know is I go to contacts, I go to his name, I press message, and there it pops up. And the text message, which showed delivered, okay, it read, I'm so sorry to hear what transpired. Glad that you're all safe. And this was on October 30th of 2021, which was 3 days after the robbery. And when it comes to as for why she texted PK and not Dorit, she told everyone, because I had an existing relationship with PK prior to them being together. And, you know, I just felt that I needed to reach out to him. All right. I feel like that's the point. We can dead this. We don't even have to talk about it anymore. Lisa, 1 point for Lisa, actually a lot of points for Lisa. Winning, she proved it. That's it. Guys, go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts? I'm not being biased here. She showed the phone to Page 6, but go ahead, comment below. What are your thoughts? And I know I wish that LVP would come back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills too, but I wouldn't want to be treated this way either. So I'm so curious to hear your unfiltered opinions. And on your way out, don't forget to smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.